What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. This is Anthony.
This is James. This is Movie News, Episode 3, June 14th to 20th. Let's go over the latest entertainment news in film and television.
What's been going on, Jim?
So I think the first one is really fun. It's hilarious. It's this big controversy where DC said that that Batman doesn't go down on Catwoman. They said something ridiculous like, heroes don't do that. And like they're trying to sell toys. It's like, dude, he's dressed in a suit and beats people to the pulp. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's okay, but pleasing a woman's not.
Personally, I think that like Batman, Bruce Wayne spends half his time in a cave anyway, so why wouldn't he like to hang out in other dark, damp areas as well?
Yeah.
So like, it's just ridiculous. But I think there's canon. I can't remember which one it is, but Zack Snyder tweeted a photo of Batman actually going down on Catwoman in one of the comic books.
Hey, it makes sense. I mean, if you're in any relationship, you got to give and receive. It's all about giving and giving.
That makes him even more of a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
That's something women want.
Jeez, it's ridiculous. Like, what? They can't have sex? You're DC. Oh my God, it's like Disney trying to act
It's like rated R comic books already.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, what's the big deal? It's
insane. Catwoman's getting what she wants.
Dude, Catwoman would make Batman do it.
Yeah.
She would dominate that relationship for sure. We also had some great stuff from The Flash, the movie. So Andy Muschietti's been slowly like sharing some like sneak peek images from the set, and we talked about the Michael Keaton Batman symbol bat chest piece that with blood on it from last week, but he also did the new Flash costume emblem, which looks really cool, and also what clearly looks to be Supergirl's S in her suit, which looks badass because it looks just like Kal-El's and Henry Cavill's Superman. Same style and everything. So it seems like we're going to be introduced to, if not one, more Kryptonians from that universe.
It makes sense because doesn't Kal-El in Man of Steel notice that there's like an empty bed or something?
Yes, on the ship.
Yeah, on the ship.
Yeah.
And that's where his cousin was or something.
I think Zach was like setting stuff up for the future.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks really cool. And Sasha Calle, I think her name's Kaye. I don't know how to say it. Sasha Calle?
You're going to get in trouble.
I'm definitely going to get in trouble. She plays Supergirl, which is going to be awesome to see. I think Andy Muschietti's going to kill this movie. He's going to knock it out of the park. He's such a great director. And
he did a great job with it.
Yeah, with what he did with that, can you imagine what he's going to do with superheroes? And now we're going to have all these epic heroes all in one movie.
It's like every movie with superheroes now is now a team-up movie.
Yeah, they got to be. Keep them interesting.
Yeah, like the Black Widow movie is basically a team-up movie,
kind of.
Think about it.
And then I can't wait to see Supergirl and what she's like and her abilities because it's the first film adaptation of Supergirl in like decades.
Is it the same actress from the TV show, or is there a different?
No, different thing.
Got it.
That's like how the Flash is a different actor, but he's gonna have a cameo in this.
Oh, okay.
The guy from the Flash TV show.
Very cool. Loki episode 2 dropped.
Yeah, and we're just diving more and more into this world. It's getting more interesting. I liked the second episode more than the first one. It was fun. It's hysterical. Like
expanding on the world.
Loki's like working there for the TVA now, so it's really cool what we're getting glimpses at.
He's finally accepted that like this is like the greatest power in the universe.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how the series goes.
Yeah. How many episodes is it going to be? Is it going to be 6?
I think it's going to be 8, like all the others.
Okay. All right.
Scream has completely finished production. So
very cool.
That will be an awesome horror movie to check out. Hopefully they don't ruin it. I hope they kill it. No pun intended. And this will be the 5th Scream movie, and it will be released in January 2022.
I'm excited because it's the original cast. Everyone's in it.
Except for, Wes isn't around to direct it.
Yeah, unfortunately. But, I mean, you got Courtney Cox, what's her name? Sydney, remember? Neve Campbell, yeah. Neve Campbell. And then what's the guy who plays Dewey?
Dave Arquette,
yeah. So they're all returning.
He's like, yo, give me that money.
Oh, new Scream? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be in that.
Let me check with my schedule. Oh, it looks like I could fit it in.
There's a movie called Woman Talking coming out soon. It's going in production, and Rooney Mara, Claire Foy, Jessica Buckley joined Frances McDormand in an all-star cast, and Sarah Polley is actually directing the movie. And so I'm sure this is going to be a great film. Ben Whishaw has a supporting role as well, so I'm very curious to see what this film is about.
Sarah Polley's awesome. She's made a few really good documentaries, especially one investigating her family history, and she's been a pretty well-known actress as well. I'm curious. It's a great cast. So I love Claire Foy. I love Rooney Mara. I think Claire Foy is super talented, and people don't really know it if they haven't seen The Crown. She was also great in First Man. But I think she's a remarkable actress. So she's going to be a big star.
And Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest.
Oh, they both played Lisbeth.
Oh, yeah, Rooney and her, yeah.
Yeah, they both did.
Elizabeth Salander.
Yeah.
Luca came out streaming, so we haven't checked it out yet, but I really want to watch it because, it reminds me so much of Call Me By Your Name, which we all know I love that movie. And I'm super curious to it. I've read nothing but great reviews about it, and, it seems like it's a great classic Pixar film already.
Do they speak Italian or?
No, I speak English. I'm sure there's a little bit of Italian in it.
Yeah, there must be. Like maybe the parents speak Italian or something.
Yeah, like the grandparents and stuff, and people around the towns.
Yeah, but it looks like they designed it to look very much like the aesthetic of Call Me By Your Name. The clothing, the areas. It feels like they definitely used that as the main inspiration for the film.
The Indiana Jones 4K 4-movie collection came out from Paramount, and they actually enlisted us to do like an unboxing video. We had some fun with that too. They sent us the 4-disc set, so it's super cool. Watching it on 4K it's breathtaking. It looks fantastic. It looks so good. If you have a 4K TV, get that. But check it out. It's available now wherever you can get anything. And we got this awesome kit. We got the whip, and they sent us a hat, and it was just super fun. We made a couple videos about it, so check that out if you're an Indiana Jones fan.
It's a great restoration. It looks fantastic. And then Kristen Wiig is set to star in a Stepford Wives-esque thriller called The Husbands. So I think like the gender roles are reversed, where the husbands will be like some kind of maybe robotic or mind-controlled group. And it's a very interesting idea. I love Kristen Wiig, and Brad Pitt basically hits all the right moves with his producing credits. So it should be fun.
There's a new trailer for this movie called Gunpowder Milkshake. It's Karen Gillan, Lena Headey in this bullet-ridden action movie thriller, and I love Lena Headey because she's great as Cersei, but she's also in Dredd, and she's an awesome villain in that movie. So I'm curious to see her like in an action thriller like this, and
it looks fun.
Karen Gillan's awesome. She's an assassin in this movie, and it should be a good time.
It feels very John Wick-esque because it's like the assassins, they have like an underground thing.
I think everyone's trying to make it
the next John Wick.
Yeah, they're all doing it.
You could say like the librarians are like the underground, the hotel.
Yeah.
But it looks like a fun ride for sure.
Hotel Artemis tried to do it, so everyone's like, how do we make the next John Wick? How about you just make the next whatever you can come up with?
Yeah, exactly.
And then we also have another female-led action film called Jolt, which is Kate Beckinsale taking the lead role in this, and Kate's an action badass. Like, her and the Underworld movies are great, so I'm curious to see what that trailer is going to be like a movie.
Yeah, it's like going back to her roots.
Yeah.
And there's a Beauty and the Beast prequel series that follows Gaston and LeFou, their adventures, and it seems interesting. I mean, those characters are loved by the franchise fans, so I'm sure they'll make something cool, but it seems like Disney Plus is turning everything into a series now.
Into a prequel. Like, well, what can we do with this? So, I mean, no more original ideas, but whatever.
Multiverse, Beauty and the Beast multiverse.
Snow White multiverse. Like, it's going to be like the dwarf's origin story. How Sleepy got sleepy. How Grumpy got grumpy. It's going to be
Grumpy Origins. They all have their spin-offs.
It's going to be Grumpy as Joker.
He lost his entire family. They were murdered.
Oh my god!
But hey, they own the rights. They can do whatever they want, I guess.
If you think about it, like today, movies and TV shows, it's now like the new books and comic books with how much content.
It's just content. It's just content.
They're just going everywhere. It's insane.
They just want you on their service as much as possible.
Eli Roth's directing a new movie. It's the Borderlands video game adaptation, which Kevin Hart stars in, and he teased that. He said it looks like a game, which I have high hopes for because I really like Eli Roth as a director. He's made some great movies, some great horror flicks. So hopefully it's cool because, video game adaptations usually never succeed. They're never really good. They've usually bomb. I mean, besides like Detective Pikachu,
none of them make money.
Doom was kind of cool. I guess Doom was like similar to the game, and like the first person shooter stuff was pretty cool, but they always miss. And I mean, Mortal Kombat was, it's
tough.
It's disappointing because there's so many good games out there that you wish they could adapt into movies. Like, I would love to someday see a Zelda movie. Like, that would be epic.
But hey, I mean, they're video games for a reason.
They're dense, and they're not. The stories aren't made for cinema.
And Eli Roth he's a very underrated director. The last movie he made was actually really good. It's a kids movie called The House with the Key in the Walls, and it's awesome. It's got Cate Blanchett and Jack Black in it. I loved it.
Let's see, we got...
Although there's a Marvin Gaye biopic in pre-production, which I'm very curious about. I think he's one of my favorite artists, and he had a great life, but then a very tragic end to his life, and it's a very complex story and very interesting story, so I'm sure that'll turn out really well.
We got Settlers, which is a family trying to survive on Mars. That's something that's coming out, and then Evil Dead Rise, another
Ooh, nice.
prequel on HBO
A
Max.
prequel to the prequel of Evil Dead.
How many of these goddamn movies they gotta make? They won't stop.
Oh man.
We get a prequel everything. We're gonna make sequels.
Evil
to
Dead Origins.
every character in every show and movie of all time. They're gonna get their own TV adaptation. They're gonna do I bet you they do like Michael Scott prequel
in high school. Michael Scott in high school.
when he's first hired as a salesman at Dunder Mifflin.
Oh, that's great.
Him and young Dwight. I guarantee they pitched it.
Peacock's gonna make it after they watch this.
Someone pitched that idea for sure. What if we do like Michael Scott as he just gets hired at Dunder Mifflin?
Unreal.
It's never
But
gonna end.
There's a trailer that I saw called The Shrink Next Door, which is a miniseries with Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd, and it looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, Paul Rudd plays an evil psychiatrist, so I'm really curious about this series.
He seems to take advantage of Will Ferrell as his client in some capacity.
Which I love because I love doctors, I love science, but there are still a lot of bad people out there that are doctors, and Dr. Death is like the craziest story I've ever heard. If you ever listen to any of those podcasts
That would be a good movie.
or documentaries, so there are a lot of bad people that are in positions where you think like stereotypically, they're just good people because they're in a profession that generally helps people, but there's some fucked up people out there.
It looks like a great dark comedy. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out.
What else we got? Oh, Zoe Kravitz is making her directorial debut with a film called Pussy Island, starring Channing Tatum, which I'm super curious about.
I wonder if it's gonna be like a person lost at sea gets trapped on like an island
full with women.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that might be good.
Kind of like in the Odyssey.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Yeah.
Peter Jackson's The Beatles documentary is going to be released Thanksgiving weekend over the course of 3 days. So
I will be watching that.
Even though there's probably been like 700 Beatles documentaries made, I'm pretty curious about this because Peter Jackson's awesome.
This one's special because it's...
That's what they all say.
No. Let me tell you why it's special.
Tell me why it's special.
So
because there are hobbits in it?
No. Peter Jackson is using never-before-seen footage of the Beatles, and also most of the footage was black and white, and they've colorized it.
Yeah, so same thing we did with the World War II stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we're seeing footage that no one had ever seen before with them making the album in color. So, and it's the whole point of the documentary is he wanted to show that, yes, the band broke up, but they weren't like enemies like the media portrayed them as like hating each other. And when they made this album, they actually really enjoyed making it. A lot of people think like, oh, they reluctantly made the album and then they like wanted to break up the whole time. But ultimately, they all loved each other, and they were great collaborators with one another, and I think he wanted to show a new light of what exactly happened between them. I'm very excited for it. It looks awesome. The trailer is sick.
How excited are you for it?
Super excited.
Super excited.
Yeah.
Kid listens to Breakfast with the Beatles every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
He's obsessed. The Beatles are great. Anyways, John Wick 4, another great casting of Hiroyuki Sanada, who I'm sure you've all seen in a bunch of movies. I think most famously he's in The Last Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
He plays like the samurai who doesn't like Tom Cruise's character at first, but they eventually develop a mutual respect for each other. So awesome Japanese actor getting in John Wick 4. He's probably going to be like maybe like some gang leader or some warlord in that realm, just like same thing with Lawrence Fishburne or something.
Why can't he be a cobbler or something?
A cobbler?
An ice cream man.
He's going to sell ice cream in John Wick 4. Ice cream full of bullets.
And probably the most interesting trailer I've seen in a long time is Pig, starring Nicolas Cage, where he seems... It's like John Wick again, where he's like, he has a truffle pig, and he lives in the middle of the woods, and I guess someone steals his truffle pig, so he goes on like this rampage to get the pig back.
Dude, I love Nick Cage, and he takes some... Obviously, he does a lot of bad movies for the money, but he does take some interesting stuff. Like Mandy is so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if Pig is kind of going to be somewhere around that realm.
It looks really intriguing, so I'm very curious.
Oh, and there's that Steven Spielberg autobiographical film. It just cast Sam Reichner. I'm curious to see what it'll be like. It's about him growing up and becoming a filmmaker. Is that what it's going to be about?
I think essentially, yeah. I think it's semi, so I think it'll be that mixed with maybe some fictional things they added.
Yeah, I bet he'll show a lot of like those things he did, like making those home movies as kids and being a filmmaker when he's a teenager and stuff.
Yeah, I think maybe with this movie he wants to show young people the art of making movies and how you can do something really creative with it. Mm-hmm. You know. Especially nowadays, because kids, you have an iPhone 12 and your 4K footage looks amazing.
Yeah.
Compared to like when he was a kid, all he had was a Super 8 camera.
Dude, new iPhones, I think they even do like 60 frames per second slow motion in 4K, which is
insane.
absurd.
That's insane.
Dune is going to premiere at the Venice Film Festival. I don't think I've been this excited for a movie.
Oh, really? I haven't heard
since
that you were excited.
Since like maybe like in Interstellar or Inception, maybe. I think Inception because we never seen anything like that. But I don't think I've been this anticipated for a movie in like a decade. So I'm just dying to see Dune. I'm going through the book again.
Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, Blade Runner too. Yeah, Blade Runner 2049 was pretty dope. But Dune, I'm on the third reading of the book right now, just to prepare even more for it. And I can't wait, man. This movie, so many people don't even know what it is, and I just want to share this with them. Even though
I want to shout it on the rooftops.
Yeah, I want to go. I love Veronica Vaughn. So Dune's gonna be amazing. Let us know if you guys want us to do what we did with the Batman, like the everything we know about Dune episode.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool episode.
It should be fun.
Yeah. Oh, Megan Fox is back in a leading role in Till Death. I think she took a hiatus to raise her kids and
hang out with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, and be with her family. But I mean, Megan Fox is I think she's a leading actress for sure. So I think she could definitely do well.
I think she's a leading actress in horror. So I think that's why she's coming back to Till Death with horror.
She could definitely be a scream queen for sure.
Bad Robot, J.J. Abrams' company, they're making a UFO docu-series, so I don't know if that's going to be tied with all the UFO information and files that have been recently released over the past year, so should be fun.
No one wants to talk about the fact that there's all these UFO videos.
I don't think they're aliens, though.
I think they're technologies from other countries, maybe.
Yeah, the thing is, UFO doesn't mean aliens. It just means unidentified, so I think that I think it's so fun to think of like our aliens here and are these alien tech, but I don't think it's alien tech.
I don't think it's aliens. I just think it's crazy technology.
I think the universe and the galaxy is just so impossibly big that it's impossible for anyone to even know we're here.
Possibly.
That's sad to say that we're all alone, but I mean,
it is what it is.
It's a pretty big place,
yeah.
The universe.
Even if there was life across the universe, by the time like they sent a signal here, they would be dead
for like billions of years.
Yeah, that's how big the universe is.
There are literally no words to describe how enormous the universe is. Like you can't describe it.
Yeah,
I can't.
Every star you see in the sky is dead by the time the light reaches Earth.
Probably.
Yeah, that's how big the universe is.
Anyways,
sorry to mess up your heads, guys.
Netflix bought the rights to Seinfeld. Hulu paid more than $180 million for the rights for the sitcom in 2015. So how much did they pay for this?
It's unreleased, but it's got to be over $200 million.
It's probably like $500 million.
I think they want it for a while, so I think they might sign a long-term deal.
I mean, because now with the networks having their own streaming services, why not have the most popular sitcom of all time?
Yeah.
I mean, so $500 million, they're probably like, whatever, slap it. And Larry David's just like raining in money even more. And
give me more.
Seinfeld's like, I guess I'll take another $100 million. I guess I'll take another $500 million.
What's the deal with all this money?
Newman!
But I mean, that's probably you could argue is the most important television property of all time. So it's the diamond of TV.
True. Yeah, like it's like that, and I guess Friends, and for me, The Office. Yeah. I think The Office is.
I think Seinfeld is just number one.
We'll see how it performs because The Office was the most viewed item on Netflix for the last like 5-6 years. Like,
yeah, but that's because Netflix didn't have it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So we'll see. We'll see how it performs now that Netflix has it. Jesus.
Whoa.
So combative with me.
Whoa.
You got anything else?
The Witcher Season 2 trailer came out, and it looks actually pretty cool.
I love the concept of the show. I just didn't love the production of the first season. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of the directing, and
the script wasn't very great.
I think, the scripts weren't fantastic. I think there's a lot of potential there, and I think if Henry Cavill is still doing it, he thinks there's potential too.
I'm sure they fixed whatever the problems or qualms were with the first season. But fans loved it. It was one of Netflix's most popular shows when it came out.
I feel like they say that about everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Most streamed show, again.
Every movie they release, most streamed movie of all time.
Well, the thing with it is, like, it doesn't really count because they always say, like, oh, it was watched by 20 million households. But it's like, because you have a thumbnail on the homepage and it autoplays half the time. And then people are like, oh, curious, like, oh, what is this thumbnail? And they click on it. and then they watch it for like a minute and they turn it off.
No, you watch for 5 seconds. That counts as a view.
So they count it as a watch, and it's like, come on, really? It's kind of hard when you go on the homepages and all you see are the photos of like the new shows. So obviously it's going to be in the top 10.
And a lot of people, it's social conformity. They'll watch like what's trending. They'll watch what's number 1 on Netflix this week. I might as well watch this movie that's about a dog eating a turtle or whatever's trending number 1.
That would be number 1.
That sounds like something.
Netflix execs are like, do we have anything with a dog eating a turtle?
they're handing out budgets to any idea that comes out their way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you guys,
so what if like Adam Sandler like falls in love with a dog,
the golden retriever? They don't care.
But it's not even close to as impressive as like a show like even like The Big Bang Theory pulling in 20 million viewers every night on TV. Like that's impressive.
Which is wild because that show is trash. Sorry if you like that show, but it's trash. It's terrible. I can't watch network TV. It's like a thing. Like as soon as like I see the bad lighting and the scripts and I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys like network TV. I'm just not for me.
We stop bashing network TV.
It's so bad.
People work so hard on those shows.
Yeah, they do.
No, I'm just kidding. They aren't good.
All right, I think that's all we got for movie news
for
for the week of June 14th to 20th. I hope you all have a great week. We have episode 100 on Monday. We're doing something super special for that, so you got to stay tuned for that on Monday. Look out for it Monday morning.
It's going to be epic.
Episode 100 of Raiders of the Lost Podcast.
Take care, everyone.
Talk to you later. Raiders of the Lost Podcast is a mirror image production. Sound mixing done by Jacob Kossler. Opening music by Chase Jackson. Thank you for watching Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Listen to the audio format of Raiders of the Lost Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to podcasts. New episodes every Monday and Thursday. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast.